Thursday, February 11th, we went into lesson 7 in Canvas, and it was kind of all over the place. So let's get into it, take a look. We started with our opening. In the previous 2 lessons, you read a new text. This is how the space race changed the great power rivalry forever. A close read and a language dive helped to determine the central idea of the text and to identify the key details that conveyed that central idea about the space race rivalry. In this lesson, you will return to that text, this time tracing and evaluating the argument presented. Additionally, you will reread an excerpt from the Space Shuttle decision and analyze a new point of view on the space race. Our learning targets for today: I can trace and evaluate an argument in an essay about the space race. I can analyze the author's point of view in the Space Shuttle decision and how it is conveyed in the text. So we had a couple of videos kind of all over today. First, I shared a video from the History channel, history.com, about the Cold War and the space race. Paused here on the, we got to see and meet Laika, the first dog in space. I think they called Laika the space rocket. So that was a great video to watch to kind of give us a little more detail and insight into the space race and the competition between the US and USSR. Next, we went into tracing an argument. I would encourage you to watch this video on finding evidence to support authors' claims. It's a great review for finding evidence to support claims. You are then going to complete this assignment where there are claims made and you are choosing the best piece of evidence to match each claim. So there is that. Next, we are looking at analyzing point of view. So we have another video link here that I would encourage you to watch where you get to see Abernathy presenting a bit of his speech that we read about yesterday. So you are going to reread the text that we read yesterday, looking at the Space Shuttle decision, and then we're going to focus on the varying points of view presented. So we talked about what was Abernathy's point of view and what was Payne's point of view toward what Abernathy had to say. So after reviewing the text again, we identified that Abernathy felt that the amount of money that NASA had spent on space exploration and research was pretty irresponsible, and that money should have been better spent on poverty, on feeding the homeless, clothing the naked, tending the sick. And we had Payne's response to this in paragraph 3, where he replied, if we could solve the problems of poverty by not pushing the button to launch men to the moon tomorrow, we would not push that button. He says NASA's technical advances were child's play compared to the tremendously difficult human problems that concerned Abernathy and the SCLC. So Payne responded by showing empathy. He acknowledged and understood Abernathy's point of view and his concerns, but he also was saying it's not as easy as just redirecting the money from the space program to poverty. There's a lot more involved in solving the nation's problem with poverty, not just money. So he was empathetic, but he did support the money that they spent on this space mission and the advancements that were made for mankind. So you will complete that assignment, and that is the graded portion today. You'll get a 0 because I need to grade it, so you'll get points after I have checked it. So that's what you've got going on today. Please complete and submit that Analyze Point of View assignment. Reminder to do test corrections for the mid-unit assessment from Monday. Tomorrow is our end-of-unit assessment that will be an informal grade. Monday, we are moving on to Unit 2, where we are finally going to get to read our anchor text, Hidden Figures.